Hi. It's the Shola and Catherine Show again. And as you can see, we think we're somewhere else than England at the moment, don't you?
Yes.
But what we're talking about today?
Holidays.
Shall I introduce myself first? Because people don't know who I am.
Don't know.
Well, you're Lady Catherine.
They know who you are. By now, Shola baby.
And I'm Shola baby, that's right. And we've got a guest with us today, but we're not going to say who he is at the moment, because we're going to tell you what we're talking about first of all, aren't
Yes,
we?
We are.
What are we talking about today, Catherine?
Holidays.
That's why it's holidays.
See?
That's why we've got these sunglasses on. Do you want to introduce our guest speaker today?
So I'm going to introduce Joe, and Joe is how do I say it, Joe? Well, we go to the same church. We're the same church members, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we got connected, just talking, and
I think we started talking about places you've been as well.
Exactly. I'm glad you remember, because I've forgotten how the conversation between us started. I mean, when you go to church, you introduce yourself, hello, the usual thing that happens in church. And then we started talking about where I've been, and then the podcast. And then you showed an interest. You said, I would love to be a guest on Shola and the Catherine Show. So here you are.
Hi, Joe.
What a great opportunity.
Nice to meet you.
To be here with two lovely ladies.
Absolutely.
Talking about holidays.
Catherine, let's take these glasses off because people need to see our face. Otherwise, we're not authentic.
Yes,
Let's
okay.
take these
We'll
off.
take the glasses off. Oh my goodness, it's awfully bright.
It's right. So you just introduced Joe to us, and you met him in church.
Yeah.
And as we know you just talk. So he found out about you enjoying holidays.
Yes.
So you managed to ask Joe to come and be one of our guests.
Yeah. Well, actually, he volunteered, didn't he?
Did you volunteer?
I did.
Joe?
I mean, she mentioned the podcast,
Okay.
and she said that there hasn't been a guest yet on your podcast. And so I was like, oh, why can't I be the first?
Joe's our first guest. So we're talking about holidays and the need to go on holidays, the enjoyment we get from going on holidays, and the fact that it's important to actually go on holidays. So Catherine, once you've introduced Joe to us there, Joe, you are here for a reason. You're going to talk to us about your holidays.
Yeah.
Have you been on many?
I've been on several. I haven't been. Obviously, COVID kind of put a bit of a downer on it for a few years, or a few months at least. I know a lot of people's plans were kind of, halted for a while.
Yeah.
But I think, what I love about holidays is that there's different parts of a holidays, right? And we can get into it, but there's the anticipation part where you're looking forward to it. And then
buying. I go buy.
buying.
That's my anti-special buying. I've got clothes in the house, but I go and buy clothes for the holiday.
spending sprees
Yeah.
before you go.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that part of it. And then there's the actual when you're there. And obviously, the enjoy. I think the food's also a big part of holidays.
Yeah.
Different cultures,
Where have you been to?
So one of the coolest places I was at was Bangkok.
Wow.
I think, when I was there, like being opened up to it's like a completely different world. It's almost like, like from a movie set. Like the streets aren't properly formed, like street food people with everywhere, and like, everything's really cheap.
Is it far, Bangkok?
Oh, it was about 14 hours, yeah.
14, that's a whole nearly a day.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
So Joe, did you go before COVID or post-COVID?
It was just before, actually.
Oh, wow.
2019 December.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that's
The world was still open then.
the world
Just
was
about.
still open, and that's great.
Wow.
I mean, Bangkok has that image for me. It has that image that I'm not 100% comfortable with. But I think it's a country that definitely I would love to visit. First of all, you've got to be very, very careful because their drug laws are
Is it dangerous?
it's very dangerous.
Is it dangerous? Joe, what are you doing
I
there?
thought it was relaxed. It's called the Land of Smiles.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
That's-
Until you end up in prison.
It's
It's
no
no
longer
longer the land of smiles, darling.
Land of Smiles?
But they've got a great atmosphere, but I think it's the imagery that I don't feel comfortable with, that sort of sordid kind of
Is it?
seedy kind of
So, Joe, what were
imagery.
you doing in Bangkok? What were you doing there?
What inspired you to go there?
Yes.
Oh, that was
You just put
I think we shouldn't go. I think we shouldn't
We
go
should-
into that.
Joe will tell us off camera what he
No,
was
actually,
doing.
I was with my ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Okay.
Joe, are you single?
Oh,
Joe is single.
Hey.
We're not clapping for him, but
Well,
listen,
we're clapping
if- listen,
because we
I'm
want,
his
we want
agent.
something.
I'm his
We're
agent.
looking for somewhere for you. Since when did you become his
I'm his
agent?
agent.
Did you volunteer? Did you ask Shola to be your
I
agent?
mean,
I seize opportunities.
exactly.
That's very true.
But listen, if you want, Joe's young, single, free,
Good looking.
and he goes on holidays.
And he's good looking.
Joe, did you add that? I heard a voice.
Joe, you're worse than
I thought you were gonna forget.
I heard a voice saying good looking. I think it was that Catherine. No, it was Joe. But no, you're not wrong.
Confident.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He's confident. So
And he's good
I can
looking.
hook you up if you know. Okay. So Joe, you went to
Bangkok.
Is it Thailand or Bangkok? Which one is it?
Oh,
Is it the same
Bangkok's
country?
in Thailand.
Ah, you see, I only go on
Always
cruises,
there.
but go on.
Yeah.
So you went there and
and
it was
so
14 hours.
It was 14 hours, but the good thing about that is that once you're there, you can kind of combine it with visits to other places.
Oh.
So
Wow.
I then kind of moved out onto Bali, so that's Indonesia.
Oh.
Yeah, Bali's supposed to be very nice. Exciting.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I like to go to Bali.
Mm. That's all Indonesia, all that end.
Yeah, and it's like, well, Bali's quite well known for like its beaches,
Oh.
and it's just like acres and acres of sand, and it was always a bit surreal because it was like it's just beautiful sand, water like just calm, and it was really hot, like 30 degrees, or just perfect.
Nice.
And it's kind of all to yourself as well,
yeah.
which is
Is there a nightlife or food?
Bali's
life
got
or-
everything.
is it?
Yeah, nightlife, food life. There's different parts and areas of it, and then there's the rice fields as well.
Paddy fields.
Paddy-
Oh,
yeah.
God, paddy fields where the poor old people are working. Is it still?
Still
It's
the same.
historic.
Yeah.
You know.
Without them, we won't have rice. Come on, let's
Really?
be honest
Really,
about
jasmine
that.
rice and all the rest of it.
Exactly.
Jasmine rice, yeah.
Yes, we wouldn't have rice. So where did you stay? Did you stay in a hostel or did you stay upmarket hotel or
It
low
was quite
market?
it was an upmarket hotel.
Whoa.
I found it weird how they had for breakfast. I mean, obviously different cultures doing different
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
but it's not
yeah.
like a British breakfast. They literally go straight into like
Lunch.
Indonesian curries and stuff, and I'm just like,
For
wow, I
breakfast.
can't even handle this at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
So then they have
So they had like
usual breakfast.
stuff, but even the jam, it's like pineapple jam. It's crazy.
And it's similar. It's similar to Colombia and it's similar to Korea as well because and the Philippines as well because when you go there because when I first went to Colombia it was they have soup, they have rice, they have fried plantain, they have this and you think for breakfast?
Mm.
Seriously? But I was told that they need it because they work so hard and so
So you just have whatever you want for breakfast, and then lunch is the same thing or different. There's so many choices.
There's
isn't
so
there?
many choices and fruit, but they do have lots of fruit. Did you have
Yeah.
fruit? There's
Right.
lots of fruits as well. Yeah.
Exotic ones as well, ones that you don't eat here.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the activities. Did you go for the activities or did you go all inclusive for your holiday?
It wasn't all inclusive.
Mm.
It was. Well, Bali was kind of a chill one. Bali was like by the pool, relaxing.
Sunbathing.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was kind of just everything you want from a holiday and just feeling refreshed when you come back.
Are you one of these people that sit and read a book?
Can
Yeah.
do. Why not? Yeah.
Sit on holiday and read a book. Oh no, don't read a book at home. So go on holiday and start reading. Is it chill? Is that
Yeah,
what
but
relaxing?
I mean, different holidays for different things. Like, so one of the things I want to do in June is potentially go to Sharm el Sheikh, and like with that, like I think
That's Egypt.
that location there, like there's opportunities to do like camel riding, like
Yes.
quad biking, like like activities. So like
Yeah.
different holidays, different things. I think.
Yeah. We did that when we went to where was it? I went last year.
You went to. Did you go to Egypt? I went to Egypt.
You went to Egypt. I did.
Did you? Was it Morocco? You went to Morocco, yeah.
And you have to go.
Yeah.
It is
Mm.
just amazing. I'm scared of animals. I'm scared of my goldfish. And when they put this camel in front of me, and I had to do it. And Dean was there, and he had the baby in a strap at the front. And this camel, they had all tied up together. And I called my one Sheba for obvious reasons. She was black and she was just elegant, but she just kept eating Abby's legs at the front.
Really?
Yeah. But they had them all in, and then they took us off into the sunset. It was like evening sort of thing.
Oh.
And it was really, really lovely until when it came back, trying to get off. The other people had got off because you have to get off in a sequence.
Yes.
So it was before my turn, and they were galloping off. I was still on it, and I could hear my daughter saying, "Hold on, hold on." And I was like this on the side of the camel, and they had to catch them and calm them down. I got off, and I thought to myself, "Thank you, Lord," because they so you have to be careful on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just lovely. So make sure you do that.
Experience.
Yeah, it's a good experience because I went when I went to Egypt for the first time. We went to the pyramids and did the camel ride, but dirty animals.
Well, the camels, I didn't even look.
Gosh, when I got home, I went straight in the shower.
Did you? Oh, God. But you've got to do these things
You
when
have
you go on
to,
holiday
you
because
have
that's
to,
what
yeah.
the experience is about,
Yeah.
isn't it? Getting the experience. So you're going to Egypt in June.
Yeah.
How long are you going to go for?
Oh, I haven't booked it yet.
Book it
But-
soon, but it's
Yeah.
minimum, what, 7-10 days?
Probably need that long then.
Yeah, because you just need to enjoy.
To really enjoy, see the sights. See the sights. So, yeah, it was great.
Do you go out and see sights, or do you like to go and see like the museums and the stuff?
Well, sometimes, yeah, I feel like you need, the more things you do, the more memories you create. So I think, yeah, like, obviously there's activities like what I was saying, like the camel riding and stuff, which are more like, you're an active part of them, and there's ones where you're like going to museums and observing and observing how the
history.
cultures and the history, and I think a bit of both is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm open to all of it.
Mixing it all up, and then in
Yeah.
the evening, do you actually stay in the hotels, or do you go out clubbing in the?
Clubbing, come on,
Really?
man of God.
Oh yeah. So
We'll have to be doing the repentance.
Joey's not going
Clubbing.
clubbing. So he's going to go and see.
That's
the
my
sights.
agent. She has to warn you.
Listen, I'm trying to sell this guy so that highest bidder and everything. But listen again, anybody, let me know. So Joe is a man of God. He's going on a holiday to enjoy, and Egypt is not being booked yet, but you're gonna go. You've been to Thailand and Indonesia.
What was Indonesia like?
Well, that was Bali.
Oh, was
Yes,
it?
but yeah. I know we really don't know.
I
We need
thought-
to get our maps.
Oh, is it part of Bali?
Yeah, Bali. Everyone knows about Bali. But
Yeah.
it's actually a part of
Yes.
it.
I know
Massive.
Indonesia is Indonesia and the capital is Jakarta.
That's right.
Yeah. But I didn't realise that Bali was attached to it.
I think they've got the most islands of any country in the world.
So it's all you just go
Island hopping.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, the only place I've been more recently is cruises.
Yeah.
Cruises. You've been on a cruise as well, but we won't even talk about your cruise.
My cruise
Go on,
is
Catherine.
very, very significant. So my cruise is far better, grander than your cruise.
Yes, carry on.
So I went on a naming ceremony cruise, naming of a grand ship.
What was the name?
It was called the Queen Victoria, and it was really interesting because my daughter's called Victoria, so it was really quite significant to go on this cruise liner. Because back in the days, they weren't called cruise ships; they were called cruise liners. They were called liners back in then, and there was only very few.
And they weren't as spectacular.
No,
as they are.
I mean the one I went was like a royal kind of cruise. It was the Cunard. It was
That's
the
the big name.
Cunard.
That's the top one of the top.
Exactly.
names,
So I was invited.
Exclusive.
I was invited to attend this naming ceremony of this cruise ship, which was the Queen Victoria, and it was all the celebs. So I was walking up there with the celebs. It was the royal correspondent. What's her name? Carol.
one of the royal correspondence people.
Yeah. It will come
The follows
to
the
me.
royalties. The follows royalties and reports on them. Okay.
Absolutely. And you remember the guy from Changing Rooms, Emmanuel Lawrence
Lawrence Bowen.
yeah, he was there. He was there as well. And the guy that played Jesus of Nazareth, he was there with his
with
wife,
the eyes.
with his
I remember.
very stunning blue
Yeah, yeah,
eyes.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
there, and there was a lot of celebs and a lot of financiers on the ship, because obviously they financed the building of the making of the ship. So it was a really quite interesting, because you see the naming of a ship on TV, but
You do.
the
The Queen
actual
always does that, doesn't she? Or the royalty does it, no?
royalty, if it's a
Okay.
royal kind of ship.
I
So
named this ship.
but Prince
The thing,
Charles,
the
who's
bottle
now
of
King
wine.
Charles,
Yeah.
was there.
Was it Charles that did it?
No, it was Queen Camilla, but she was
Oh.
Camilla then. She actually named the ship,
Mm.
but the champagne did not.
That's not good, you know. It didn't break.
It didn't break on
That's
the
not
ship.
good. That's bad luck.
But I think they always have a plan B in place.
Mm.
So if it doesn't break, they do it behind the scene to break it. Because back in the days, what they used to do, the passengers would be on and they would just do it.
And then set sail.
It set sail,
Yeah.
right? But if it didn't break, it still
You're
set,
not going.
because that's what happened to the Titanic. It didn't
Oh,
break.
Oh.
It didn't break. But they had to set sail because all the
Because it's all ready
passengers.
to go, isn't it?
Well, this one, so what they've started, I think they do now, if it doesn't break, they do it behind the scene
Before it goes.
before it goes. So we were all there, we were saying, didn't break.
Oh
Do.
my gosh.
And then
yes.
after that, I mean, they gave a couple of speeches, and then
Oh,
we had dinner, very nice
Oh,
dinner. We
that's
sat, so I sat with a group of financiers and blah, 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 and just chit chat, got photographs.
But the boat didn't move. Did it go
No,
anywhere?
but we slept, we spent the night.
Oh, you slept on the boat without it moving? It didn't go anywhere?
It didn't go, but it was a good experience. So we were able to, so we went to, look,
You went to bed? Oh, you did it. They did a party?
they did the Venetian party, so you
Okay.
could go to different discos and different
Okay.
events.
Yeah.
And we got lots of amazing presents.
Wow.
Lots of amazing. I came home with lots of
Goodie
amazing
bags.
goodie bags.
That's nice.
And then the next day, obviously, we had breakfast, and then we had to disembark.
So actually, so it's a bit. It's not bad then because you actually spent the night on
Correct.
the boat or the ship and got all the pleasures, but it didn't. It didn't actually hit the dock
actually, yeah. So,
just as well. as
yeah,
it
so
hit the dock.
you got the feel of the cabin. So I had a really luxurious cabin, double bed and windows.
Sunset
And it was amazing. I mean, some people got the balcony, the top
Yeah,
tier,
no, I
you know,
always go for
depending
balcony.
on the level and of the level of you know your invitation basically,
Or how much you're going to pay.
or your VIP status, you were
Yeah.
given that. So it was a really good experience, and it's nice sort of, you know, seeing all these celebs around. It's a different kind of conversation. You can't go up to them.
No, you can't just approach them.
You
Oh,
can
you?
because you're all sort of in the same line. You know, we all had to stand in the same line to get on board.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No,
So it was quite interesting. It was very, very interesting, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it was really insightful to know that this is the process before
it got set
the
sail.
passengers get on.
But I asked you to come to the cruise with me that we
I
went to.
know, but
Our boats move. Our boats actually go to different countries.
It did.
Because 5 years ago we went on the Carnival, and last time it was Carnival Horizon. We went with about 50 friends for one of my friends' birthday, and all people from America, Africa, all sorts, and UK, all met, and we got on this cruise, and that was 5 years ago. And then this year, she's turned another 5 years older, and so this time we went on Carnival again, but this time it was Carnival Vista, and this time it was the Western Caribbean.
Okay.
So we did some parts of Jamaica. We went to Amber Cove, and we also went to Grand Turks and somewhere else, but I can't remember. But the boat, I think the essence of it is that you're on the boat.
Yeah.
You're on this ship.
Yeah.
So a lot of the fun. So the first day you don't go anywhere. The boat is cruising to it, the first destination. So as the boat is going, everybody's in party mood. There's food from when you get on, but I must say that 5 years ago the food was a lot better.
It was better,
So
was it?
Carnival sort yourself out because this time the food wasn't that great. It was the same thing, smaller portions,
Wow.
mingy. But whereas last time you could have whatever you wanted. The same thing now, you can have whatever you wanted. But before the ship went off, everyone left your suitcase on the land, got a tag, and that was it. Next time you see your suitcase, it's outside your door. That's so amazing. So you just. And it was there, hand luggage, everything there.
I was
outside your
waiting
door.
outside your
We just got
your cabin.
outside the cabin,
Amazing.
and they had to do it for every single bit of this boat.
Wow.
And we went to eat, and then everyone's on the deck dancing and singing and everything, party mood. The ship's just set sail. And you don't know it's moving, but some people will be watching, but it's just dancing and enjoying.
You just enjoy.
It's
So what was
just
your
so good.
experience about? Because you've
You've
been on a cruise.
I've been on a cruise around Europe, and it's a similar thing where the first day you're kind of just move it like you've just set and sail, and you don't notice because the ship's so big that you don't feel the turbulence at all. And then you just look outside and you're like, oh, actually, we're not in the same place anymore. But I think they're really great because like it gives you the option to explore different countries, and each day you're at a new place, and a place some places that you probably wouldn't go to.
You can get out. You wouldn't go. You should spend the whole day there and you just enjoy yourself. Get back on the boat, have some fun and parties, and go somewhere else again.
Yeah.
So was yours a Mediterranean cruise?
That's right.
It was. So which part of the Mediterranean did you disembark or visit? Which ones?
It's like some of the Greek islands, really beautiful. Italy, I think.
Sardinia, is it Sardinia?
It's a while ago.
It was a while ago.
But I just think life is for life in. That's my new motto. And the amount of people that are on these boats, you think, I was going to be the only one, but it's filled with people just out for fun, enjoyment.
Yeah.
And our boat, especially the Carnival, was had lots of children, families on there. It was yours a teenager, young people.
Well, no, see, I think cruises sometimes have a stereotype of being for the older generation, or sometimes for families, but not for really people my age. But I think there's more people my age now who are taking an interest in it.
Really?
I think.
Oh no, there were. Yeah. People
It's true. You're absolutely right, because I remember, let's say 20 years ago when you went on a cruise, it was more, the retired kind of generation of people, but now it's being open to young people because it's more fun. So
young people now beginning to sort of see that there's a different way of holidaying and cruising. We did see some young people, but everybody on that cruise, I mean, if you're single, it'd be really sad because there was nobody single. They had kids with them, wife and partners. I'm not going to do the Carnival again for now. Going to go on some young. I think I'm going to go on a young person's cruise.
I personally, I don't think I could do a cruise on my own. But I can do
with girls, with a group of people.
With a group of people. But I can do long haul on my own.
You did, didn't you?
I did. I went to Colombia twice on my own. I went to Korea on my own.
Talking about the drug lords,
and she went
in Thailand.
I enjoy it.
It's not all inclusive, is it?
Not really. Not really. You can take a caravan. You can take a caravan.
It's got to be, the one that they have on ITV, those caravans that they always have in the competition. I want one of those.
Do you?
Yeah, a camper van. Not the camper, but the proper one that's got.
The big one. The American style.
One of those. Yeah, it's got. I went to the caravan show as well in Birmingham by accident. I went for something else, and it wasn't until the following months I got the months wrong. There was this caravan show, and so I paid my money and went in. Wow. And I nearly bought a caravan by mistake. The man was ready to start signing me up because I just loved it. The man said, would you you've got terms and conditions you could. And I was thinking, should I? He said, there's no deposit. Should I? Then he told me the price of it, over 100.
It's a lot of money. And where were you going to park this caravan, by the way?
I would find somewhere.
You would? Outside your house?
I would find somewhere because caravans are, especially one of those luxury ones with the shower and the kitchen and television, everything.
Well, you have to park it outside your house.
Yeah, for safety. Do you need a license?
No, I don't think you do. But anywhere else, you'll have to pay rental to park it. Yeah.
Oh, so I have to think twice about that then.
Yes.
I still like one. So I enter those competitions once in a while to see if I can win one because I can't afford it.
So I think we're coming to.
Yes. So Joe, you are going to go to Egypt in June.
Right.
I recommend that you do because you've sold it to us anyway. So
my sister lives in Egypt.
Tips.
Yeah.
But she's in Cairo, but you're going to Sheikh. Is it
Sharm
el Sheikh.
So going back onto Joe's travels, because he's well travelled, what advice would you give to a young person who says, right, I've got some money, I want to go on holiday, 6 weeks holidays coming up, and I want to go somewhere? Where would you sort of say, what would you recommend?
I'd say if you're interested in traveling,
that there's the whole world at your fingertips,
Mm.
and it doesn't need to cost a lot of money either. People have an idea that traveling needs to cost you. You need to save up for months and months, but it depends how extravagant you want to go.
I like extravagance. I like
But I mean,
all-inclusive.
even there's the possibility now of sort of combining your lifestyle and your work with travel.
Mm.
With the move to remote working.
Yes.
If you're lucky enough to be able to find, or let me say blessed enough to have a good job where you can do some remote working, and potentially you could combine the two, where you could explore different countries at the same time as working.
My work doesn't allow our laptop to go up the road. Never mind the
Yeah,
board,
okay.
because they've got these things on the laptop that you can't do it. But if you can, some people can go abroad. So you recommend going somewhere to work. Don't stay in the UK.
You don't have to. You can move. And I think there's also, I think you just need to explore what you like
See
as well.
nice
The
people.
type of holiday you want. If you're one of these people that just want to sit on the beach and chill, or be constantly exploring and like climbing mountains.
Well, you take travel insurance.
That's it.
Let me give you the advice. What somebody told me. You know what we do with travel insurance? We get it just before we go. But they said that's the wrong thing. You do that. Quite often you do it the night before. I've got to get the insurance. But that is so wrong. When you book your holiday, book the travel insurance, because quite often people take sick before they fly or before they go. And the travel insurance covers you from when you book it, not when you're necessarily there. And quite often you've taken sick, there's cancellations, there's all sorts of things happen. So whenever you book the holiday, book the travel insurance, because then you're covered from then right the way through.
I mean, I do that. I will take travel insurance whenever I go, but I agree with you. You need to book it as soon as possible
so it covers
to get the full benefit of it. So
because otherwise you're not covered, because quite a lot of people fall ill, or they've had medical things, and then a doctor's appointment comes through just before you're about to go, and you either can't go to your doctor's appointment or you miss the flight. So that will cover you for things like that. So make sure that you take the insurance before you go, but definitely once you book your ticket, book it and you're covered. But me talking about all the insurances and everything, we just came back from holiday. This time I took my mother on. We went last year to Jamaica, and this is just after lockdown, and it was absolutely amazing. I didn't want to take her, but she's never been on holiday before.
Did you go with your mother to Jamaica?
Was it Jamaica?
I don't think it was Jamaica.
It was last. What did I? Turkey.
It was
Turkey. No, I went by myself and my friends to Jamaica, but Turkey. This was after the hurricanes, and a few of the friends dropped out because they said, "Oh, it's just after the hurricanes. They, don't want to travel." But it was. We looked on the map, and it was so far away from where the hurricanes are. And not hurricanes. Is it the where the Ghan Falls or whatever it is? Is it hurricanes? Not hurricanes. Where the world cracks? I'll stop it. That's the word. The earthquakes. Thank you, Joe. That's why you're here. So the earthquakes, but it was quite a distance away. So took my mum. This is her first holiday, because our Nigerian parents, they always say they go on holiday, but they go to Nigeria and then they come back. They don't think about going anywhere else really. Right. And so she's never really been on holiday. So last year I said, no, you're going to come. And quite often on these holidays, there's one of my other friends, her mum comes as well. So I said, you'll have company, you'll enjoy it. She was scared, but she said, she didn't know where she was going. She just said, here's my passport. And she came. But it was one of the most amazing holidays for her. She made friends, and in fact, we were singing all the time. They thought we were celebrities at this hotel, and it's all inclusive. I do all inclusive, and I do like all inclusive because
properly catered for.
Yeah, it's properly catered for, and it's a certain level, a certain standard. And when we went to Morocco, it was all inclusive, but it wasn't that kind of standard. Okay. It wasn't. But for Morocco, it was good. Not Morocco. What did I say?
Jamaica. You went to Jamaica, didn't you?
No, Turkey.
Turkey.
I've been all over the place, but I never remember once I come back. So Turkey, all inclusive, was such a really good deal, and the drinks were proper strength, And you don't want Morocco. It wasn't. You could drink 10 gallons of whatever, and it wouldn't get you drunk. They'd be giving it to you. Come back for more. Come back for more.
It's diluted.
It's diluted. But it was Turkey was proper strength, and the hotel. When you do all inclusive, make sure that it's also a certain standard of hotel, And we went it was just after lockdown as well. So some places we couldn't go to,
Mm.
but the security was so good at the hotel. They'll check you in as you're coming in,
Mm.
and also check you out. Find out the driver that's taking you. Find out how many of us are going from what rooms, and then check us back in.
Yeah.
So the security, you felt really, really safe.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that makes it really, really good. But if you're going to do all inclusive, make sure it's a certain standard because then you get the benefits of it.
Yeah.
And if you've got parents, try and take them on holiday as well because they deserve it.
Mm.
And it just shows them that there's other ways of living or other lives as well. But holiday for our parents from our age it's not something that they really see or do. So it's a good thing to take.
I mean, Mauritius is similar. I forgot to mention that I've also been to Mauritius.
Okay.
I went with my children, so it was great. And their security, so it was all inclusive, and their security is quite tight because a lot of it is all sort of inclusive, all inclusive.
It's good.
But it's another amazing place to visit if you've got the dosh to go. Yeah,
that's something like Jamaica.
Yeah.
Security was tight in Jamaica. It's you just think I'm going to Jamaica, but if you take the wrong turn, you're down where you really shouldn't be. So you have to be sort of careful, places like that, and always have a tour guide. For us, we had a guy that had a minibus because there was a lot of us, and he only dropped us from the airport. We actually paid him extra, so he came back the next day and the next day, and he took us wherever we wanted to go. And then we said to him, "We want to go to where the natives go." He looked at us and he said, "You sure?" We said, yeah, we want to go. And this man started driving. And then also said, "Okay, we've seen enough of where the natives are. We didn't get out of the car because it was just a bit too native for us. But just be secure, be safe, but go on holiday and enjoy."
So what other things would you recommend, Joe, going on holiday?
I'd
What
say-
are those sort of useful tips?
Useful tips. I'll just keep it simple. I think if you live in the UK, we need to get somewhere hot.
Yeah.
And I notice how a lot of people go away in summer when we actually get some decent weather, maybe sometimes for a few weeks of the year.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid to go away somewhere more exotic in November, December when we 3 degrees outside. You know.
Yeah.
Do you recommend holiday in the UK, isn't it? Or no?
Well, that's another option.
You can't guarantee the weather.
You can't guarantee the weather, but
that's the
But you
only
take that as
thing.
it is. But to go and see, because to be honest with you, like Somerset, I mean, where's Somerset?
What
You see?
Somerset's
I don't know.
beautiful. I mean, there are beautiful parts of England. I mean,
That needs to be explored.
That needs to be explored, like the Lake District. It's
See,
amazing.
what is the Lake District? Is it a place? Or is it?
The Lake
it a whole
District.
districty thing?
No, it's known as the Lake District. It's really up north. It borders onto Scotland, basically.
Okay.
So if you're going to Scotland, that's one of the routes you would take, and it's amazing. The waters, it's just amazing. If you like green, I like
Lush. Is it lush?
greenery. Then that's your place.
So that was our whistle stop talk about holidays, cruises, travelling with our guest speaker, Joe. Joe's actually just said he's going on holiday on Monday.
yeah, next week.
Do you know why he said that? Because he wants to come back and tell us all about that.
Next podcast, stay tuned.
Yeah, he's going to come back. And I'm sure. If you want to see Joe back again, message, let us know. And obviously, if you're single, that helps as well. Because we want to sort Joe out.
Yes, we want a wedding. We want a wedding.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we want him to just be happy and find his soulmate first of all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody nice,
Please.
please. Yeah, he's God-fearing and he's a good young man. Yeah. So we're going to close off now. Just say thank you for watching and big thank you to Joe
Thank
for
you.
being our
Thanks
special
for letting me
guest.
be a guest on that.
Anytime.
You're welcome.
Anytime. So Catherine, what do our viewers have to do?
So please like, share, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And follow.
Of course, yes.
Comment.
Yeah, comment. What? There's a lot to do, isn't there? But do everything that you're supposed to do.
Just write them all
Yeah,
down.
do everything. Follow us, like us, comment,
Subscribe.
and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yes, please. We'd like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe, for being our special guest today.
Thank you.
Catherine, Lady Catherine,
Be kind.
Be well.
and be helpful. I'm sure that's what it is.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Be helpful as well.
Very helpful. Well done. Thank you. Bye-bye. Adios.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.